Hi there. In this video series, I want to speak about the candidates match that took place in 1991 in Madras between uh, Alexey Dreev and Vishy Anand. Now, 1991 to 1993 candidate cycle was an exciting time because we started to see some of the new players emerge, and we saw some of the older players fading away. For example, um, in the 91 to 93 candidate cycle, we saw Nigel Short um, continue his rise to world championship contender status by defeating, for instance, veteran GM Jan Timman, uh, and then in the shocker, beating Anatoly Karpov, ensuring that for the first time since 1981, right, that either Kasparov or Karpov would not uh, be involved um, in a match together. That one of the great K's, or should I say 84, 85, because Karpov played Victor Korchnoi. Um, but since 84, just Karpov and Kasparov had contested the world chess crown. Nigel Short defeated um, Anatoly Karpov in a match in the candidates tournament, and therefore, um, he would break that streak. At this time, Anand and Alexey Dreev were both very strong junior players, um, and this is Anand's first candidates match. So start with game one, and each video will be doing another one of the decisive games. This game started off the nimzo. Let me just mention here that Dreev has the white pieces in game one and Anand the black pieces. So we have a nimzo Indian defense and this F3 variation. Um, it's like a cousin to the same-ish variation. D5, A3. This is all theory. Bishop takes C3. Um, B takes C3 and C5. There's many different things that can be played here. Sometimes C5 is played, which is a good line. Um, I'm sorry. Instead of just castles, it's possible. For example, even knight C6. But C5 is played. C takes D5. Knight takes D5. Again, another option is just E takes D5. Knight takes D5. D takes C5. And now Queen A5, which is one of the lines. Another main line is F5, preventing E4, trying to slow this move up. Queen A5 is played. E4, knight E7. Knight takes C3. That's just meant by Queen D2. The bishop is going to come to B2, and then you see there's problems right here on this diagonal. So that's why that Queen takes C3 is meant by bishop D2. Queen E5, knight E2, and then after the bishop moves, say, to knight F6, you got bishop C3, Queen C7, Queen D6, and then white just starts dominating the position. This is why knight E7 is played. Bishop E3, castle, Queen B3 by Dreev, Queen C7, knight H3, E5, now knight F2, knight EC6, and knight D3. Now gives a move rook B1, The idea of knight a5, queen a4, bishop e6, bishop e2, although he prefers rook b5 here. That's just simply meant by b6. It's back to the game. Knight d3 by Dreev. And now bishop e6 by Anand. Queen b5, knight d7, bishop e2, knight to a5, castles, rook ac8, rook fd1, and now Anand plays the move b3, bishop b3. Now better was probably bishop c4 and queen b4, and then knight b8. He played bishop b3. Here, Dreev played the move rook d2, missing the opportunity to play knight b4, just being willing to give up the exchange. So, for example, if bishop takes d1, then simply rook takes d1, knight c6, knight d5, and you can see that white develops a nice initiative here. Queen b1, rook b8, I say queen a8. And white is definitely better and has more than enough compensation for the exchange. There's no files open, so the rooks are not that effective in this type of position. And white has a lot of space, and his minor pieces are very good, especially those bishops. So knight b4 is definitely the move here. Instead, he played rook d2. So now bishop c4. So that kind of gave Anand a chance to correct his error, so to speak. Queen b4, and now knight b8, coming straight to knight a6. Rook b1, knight a6, queen d2, bishop d3, and the idea is just taking the defender away from the c5 pawn. Bishop d3, knight takes, c5, bishop f1, b6, c4. So Anand has done a good job equalizing. All that white really has in his favor is the d5 square. So black has to keep an eye on that. White has the two bishops, but the position is kind of, pretty closed up right now. So it's hard to really point to that as any kind of big advantage. Of course, down the road it could be. But white has his eye on the c4 pawn. Black has his eye on the c4 pawn. So white's weaknesses offset any advantage that he might have. So the game looks pretty equal. Knight e6. Rook bd1. So Dreev just parts with the pawn. Bishop takes c4. Queen takes c4. Queen takes e5. And now queen b3. Rook d3. Queen a2. Queen d5. Anand plays queen e2. And here the game is pretty equal here. Again, nothing to write home about. It should end in a draw. Dreev played this move, queen d6, which allowed a tactical shot from Anand. He simply played rook cd8, and everything just went straight downhill. Forced him to take. Queen takes d8, knight takes d8. The reason why queen d6 is a blunder is because it loses the protection. It breaks the protection down on d3. So once rook cd8 happens, then the rook here on d3 is just the rook on d3 is just attacked twice. No way to save the piece. However, say if he made a move like h3, then rook cd8 doesn't work because white has the move queen b3 and everything is copacetic. Instead, Dreev played queen d6. which is a blunder, and then he just was forced to go into you know like panic mode, and Anand just basically mopped up after the error. And after rook c8, Dreev resigned, and thus was the end of game one of the candidates match for Vishy Anand. So, hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see you on the next game.